Tonight, some disturbing new satellite images show that the Chinese military has been using mock-ups of U.S. warships for target practice.
A world-class military, largest and one of the most advanced navies in the world, and a space program that keeps breaking records all over, China has established itself as one of the biggest and most competent players in today's world. It just keeps getting better, because once you combine all of these sectors together, it's a recipe for success. Today's episode will uncover how China's advanced space capabilities can easily spy and counter the US Navy aircraft carriers. China's space technology has advanced significantly, showing just how powerful its surveillance capabilities have become. One recent example is the images captured by the Taijing 403 satellite, which revealed clear radar images of the US Navy's naval station Norfolk. This station is home to some of the most crucial military assets for the US, including 3 massive aircraft carriers. The fact that China can gather such detailed information from space has raised eyebrows in the US, who feels threatened if China breathes. Anyways, it's a demonstration of China's growing presence and capabilities in space, leaving many wondering just how far this reach will extend. Beijing's interest in US Navy vessels isn't accidental. The satellite's radar captured precise images of not only the aircraft carriers but also other important warships stationed at Norfolk. It's a clear signal that China is keeping a close watch on America's naval power, especially the carriers, which are essential to US military dominance. This growing capability in space-based surveillance marks a crucial milestone in China's strategic vision. Just as the world once watched in awe as the US and Soviet Union raced to control space, China is now asserting itself as a leading player in this domain. Could this be the next big shift in global power dynamics? It sure is. While China's naval and military ambitions have been evident at sea, with the rapid expansion of its navy, space is now becoming the next battleground for dominance. China's surveillance technology is improving by leaps and bounds. It's worth noting that China already possesses the world's largest navy, which it uses to support its territorial claims in the Indo-Pacific region. However, with the rise of its space capabilities, China is broadening its scope. This expansion from the seas into the skies and beyond shows how comprehensive and ambitious China's military goals are. The recent satellite images are just the tip of the iceberg. The Taijing 403 satellite's capabilities are extraordinary. It's a radar imaging satellite, which means it doesn't just rely on visible light to capture images. Instead, it can see through weather conditions, clouds, and even in the dark. For a country aiming to stay one step ahead of its competitors, having such technology is a game changer. China's presence in space isn't new, but this level of precision is alarming for the United States. The recent release of these images on China's social media platform, Weibo, only adds to the concern. This wasn't a secret mission. It was something China wanted the world to see. There's a sense of déjà vu for those familiar with Cold War-era politics. The competition between the US and the Soviet Union back then was fierce, with both nations believing that control of space meant control of the world. Now, China is making its own move in this space arena, signaling that it too understands the strategic importance of space. The images of Norfolk's naval base are not just about the ships docked there. Norfolk is the largest shore-based naval facility in the world, housing an extensive fleet of vessels and aircraft. Any major military operation involving the US Navy would likely have some connection to Norfolk, making it a prime target for surveillance. What's even more fascinating about this satellite is that it's reportedly a commercial one, produced by Beijing Weina Star Technology Company. The satellite's logo suggests it's from a private company, but its capabilities go far beyond simple commercial use. In fact, the satellite is equipped with synthetic aperture radar and artificial intelligence processors, allowing it to detect and identify targets in real time, whether on land or sea. Such advancements blur the line between civilian technology and military applications. How much of this technology will be used for purposes other than spying remains a question. It's no secret that space is becoming an increasingly militarized domain. The Taijing 403 isn't just designed for remote sensing or environmental surveys, as some reports suggest. While its official uses include disaster monitoring, agricultural assessments, and resource exploration, its military potential is undeniable. The Global Times has already confirmed that this satellite can detect and identify targets at sea or airports, transmitting real-time images. This isn't the first time China has demonstrated such technological prowess, but the ability to watch over some of the US's most critical military bases from space raises significant concerns for US, like always. Given the historical context, it's clear that whoever controls the skies or space has a significant advantage. The US once held a firm grip on space dominance, but China's rapid advances are shifting that balance. The satellite images of the US Navy's prized aircraft carriers only reinforce the growing realization that China is catching up and exceeding its rivals in areas that were once considered US strongholds. China is no longer just a rising power, it is here, and it's making sure everyone knows it. As we delve into the technical aspects, it becomes apparent that the Taijing 403 satellite's phased array radar imaging system is groundbreaking. Phased array radars can scan wide areas and detect even the smallest of changes, making them perfect for both military and civilian uses. With its Ku-band radar, this satellite has the ability to monitor vast regions, track maritime traffic, and even carry out resource mapping. But the fact that these systems are also used for detailed surveillance of military installations speaks volumes about China's broader strategic objectives. In an era where information is power, China is making sure it has access to the most critical data available. The Taijing 403 is just one piece of a larger puzzle. According to reports, it's part of a constellation of satellites, which means that China can maintain constant watch over strategic locations. The ability to have eyes in the sky 24/7 gives China an unprecedented advantage in monitoring military movements, economic activities, and natural resources. Could this surveillance network give China the edge it needs in future global conflicts? The military implications of these developments are immense. For the US, protecting its assets is now more complicated. While America once felt secure in its naval dominance, China's ability to spy on these critical installations adds a new layer of complexity. It's no longer just about protecting ships and aircraft. Now, the US has fallen back against China. But all in all, China's rise in space-based surveillance capabilities shows that its ambitions are not limited to Earth. As China continues to develop technologies like the Taijing 403, it is clear that space will play a critical role in future military strategy. The ability to capture detailed images of US military installations, especially naval bases as significant as Norfolk, is a sign that China is preparing itself for every possible scenario.